Dakota Varsity Dance Team.
You're watching State Champs.
Your home for high school sports.
State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Hungry Howie's. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Go to doughraiser.com for details. The Detroit Sports Commission, where champions are made and championships are played. Log on to DetroitSports.org. Our friends with the UAW and Chrysler. Warrior Sports, Cross the Line, and Pirani's Hockey World. 14 Michigan locations. Go to hockeyworld.com for info.
Well, I hope you're warmed up. It is another edition of State Champs here. I'm Ryan Terpstra alongside Stephanie Funkhauser, and this week we are on the road.
Yes, Ryan, we are at Davison High School this week for our main event in wrestling, and we've got a ton of great highlights ahead.
And I'm going to go in focus with Muskegon's Deontay Davis. He is an uber recruit, but he is also getting ready for his year coming up at Michigan State, and he's got some goals for him and his teammates.
Speaking of hoops, we've got our full court press. Let's start things off with Lauren Plant.
Thanks, guys. Fire it up as we start this shindig on the court. Critical contest in the MAC Red, and it's always rivalry night when Chippewa Valley and Macomb, Dakota square off. Chip Valley in red, 6-0. The junior Stephen Lloyd led the Big Reds with 14 in the win over Utica Eisenhower last week. Here, draining the baseline J for an early lead. Since dropping their first two games, Dakota has won their last three by an average of 19. The senior Alex Hagel, the spin move, and the bucket. Cougars led 30-23 at the break. Chip Valley fought back. The senior Sean Bunting definitely can play football at the next level, maybe basketball too. The hoop and the harm. Bunting had a game-high 21. Cougars came to play. Break down here a bit, but Thomas Kithier will hit a slashing Chris Marshall. Marshall finished in double figures. This win could go a long way in determining the eventual division champ. Dakota hands Chip Valley their first loss of the season, 64-52. Now let's go to the Detroit Public School League. Renaissance on the road to take on Western. In maroon, Renaissance 4-1. Lots of Division I interest for the junior, the 6'3" combo guard Justin Turner. Dribble drive to his left, the nice finish off the window. 2 of a team-high 17 on the night for Mr. Turner. Detroit Western is the #1 team in Class A, looking to remain perfect at 7-0. The junior Braylon Neela getting help via the screen, up the gut. He too can finish with the left. Game-high 19 points, Cowboys at 30-24 at halftime. The second half saw Western maintain control. Kareem Murray dropping it down. Detroit Western stays unbeaten. They beat Renaissance 58-41. Maybe the best team in all of girls basketball hails out of Lansing. Let's go to Kevin Gale for the highlights.
Thanks, Lauren. Battle of top 10 teams in girls Class B. Undefeated Hazlitt without leading scorer McKenna Ott for the next 4 weeks. Adriana Stoliker picking up the slack. That's a 3 from the corner. She scores 11 for #1 ranked Hazlitt. Later, after a miss, Carson Tripp cleans the glass. Give her the hoop and harm. Then it's Tripp again. This time on the dribble drive, she leads Hazlitt with 16 points in the game. Vikings lead by 10 in the third quarter. But Williamston storms back in the fourth. Sarah Schultz from the parking lot. 3 of her team-high 17 points. Then, less than a minute left in the game, we're all tied up. Look at the handles by Maddie Waters. She's a freshman. Hornets take a 52-50 lead. Time running out for Hazlitt. Down 4. Allison Poplowski, daughter of former MSU Spartan Mike Poplowski, gets the rebound, and Hazlitt is undefeated no more. Williamston wins it 54-50. Now let's go west to Ryan Terpstra.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. We're going to stick with the girls. Sturgis was looking to upset undefeated Plainwell. First quarter action, Plainwell has it. Sarah Morrell with a nice pass ahead to Shelby Hawks for the easy lay-in, and the Trojans jump to an early 13-0 lead. Sturgis would figure out the press. The ball moves from 4 different players all the way into the hands of Kayla Thornton. She's able to knock down the long 2, and Sturgis cut the lead down to 7. Slowing down Martina Piero is a whole nother thing, though. The exchange student from Poland showing her skills getting to the hoop for the finish, and Plainwell easily keeps their perfect record with a 43-25 victory over Sturgis. We finish up with one of the best matchups the west side of Michigan will see all year. Number 7 versus number 4 in Class B, Otsego and Wayland. Otsego was smoking out of the gate, going inside to their 7-footer, Seth Dugan, the future WMU Bronco, with the finish, and the Bulldogs had an 11-0 lead in the first quarter. Wayland clawed back behind their big man, Lacey James. The senior goes right at Dugan, lays it off the glass with his left hand, and his squad held a 6-point halftime lead. But no one could stop Lacey James, the former University of Detroit commit. Can't get his first attempt to go, but he stays with it for the hoop and one. James finished with 21 points and 14 boards. Wayland takes care of Otsego, 69-51 the final. And that's all for the Full Court Press.
All right, so the dead period is now over. I'm Kyle Bogenschutz with this week's Recruit Report. We begin with Michigan State, a big visit weekend in East Lansing. 7 prospects will be on campus, including 6 commitments, and I know that Michigan State staff is hoping for one more. The one to focus on is 4-star linebacker Anthony McKee, a young man out of the Columbus area, 6'1", 195 pounds, would likely play the outside linebacker spot. There are some people saying that maybe he's not the one that Michigan State wants for that position. I think something could happen this weekend. We will obviously see what goes down with the Spartans. They also paid a visit to 2015 Clarkston tight end Cole Chewins. He has a gray shirt offer. See what happens with that situation moving forward. With signing day quickly approaching, of course, Michigan fans interested in finding out where Jim Harbaugh and his coaching staff are. Well, this weekend they're in Ann Arbor. They got a couple of big-time visitors. 5-star tight end Chris Clark. You've heard plenty about him. He'll have an opportunity to see Ann Arbor once again. He also wants to visit UCLA, and also 4-star Georgia linebacker Raquan Smith. Those two are the headliners, and then Monday, all by himself, 2015 5-star cornerback Iman Marshall from California will come straight from Florida State to Michigan to use that official visit. So big-time prospects in Ann Arbor. We'll see what happens moving forward. One other thing I want to mention, a commitment this week, 2015 wideout Omari Mitchell from Farmington High School. He commits to Grand Valley State University. He also had an offer from Ferris State. With this week's Recruit Report, I'm Kyle Bogenschutz.
State Champs Nation, my name is Annie Sabo, and we are just getting warmed up this week. Lauren Plant and Tom Markowski discuss the latest high school football buzz brewing between public and private high schools. But first, one of the top basketball players in the nation resides on the west side of the state. His story is next on State Champs.
We want you.
We are Lawrence Technological University, and we don't want just anyone.
We want the brainiacs, visionaries, geniuses, and game changers. We want the students who will change the world through technology, science, business, and design.
So if you're ready to explore your possibilities,
We
want you at LTU.
Lawrence Tech, possible is everything.
Online ordering is so fast and easy with Hungry Howie's. You can do it from any device.
Any device? Like this fax machine?
No.
What about this 19th century cell phone? 2 cans on a string. Your mom's car phone. Megaphone! Dash, 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 pizza. Pineapple and ham radio.
Say see you to the phone call and oh yeah to fast and easy online ordering. Get a free medium pizza with your first online order. Now that's an idea.
Hungry? Howie's!
Welcome back to State Champs. I'm Ryan Terpstra. This week we go in focus with Muskegon's Deontay Davis. If you follow hoops, you know who he is. 6'10", committed to Michigan State. But behind those big numbers and his big frame, there's a player with a big heart for his teammates.
He's always looking out for others, and I don't think a lot of people see that in him because he's so soft-spoken. I think it's just a great attribute to have for that young man.
When you're considered a top 30 player in the country, it might be tempting to rest on your laurels, but that is not Deontay Davis. The Muskegon senior despises losing and is driven to raise a state championship trophy for the second year in a row.
It's real bad. It's a lot of waking up 6 a.m. just trying to get it.
After we lost, I think that was the best thing for him. I mean, he texted me and he called and he said, you know, I hate losing. This one's on me. It'll never happen again. And the next night he came out and got 27 and 20.
Everybody looking up to me to take it, so I'm taking it.
Has that been fun for you? Do you enjoy that now that you're a senior and this is your team?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
He's become more vocal. I mean, he's telling guys where they need to go. He's holding guys accountable. He's holding himself accountable. And, you know, it's great to see him, you know, kind of coming out of his shell a little bit.
After this season, Davis is headed to Michigan State University, where he will play for a very demanding and a very excited Coach Tom Izzo.
When I go up there, like, the people that walk around the campus, like, they know who I am. So I got a lot of fans there.
For In Focus, I'm Ryan Terpstra.
Thanks, Ryan. State Champs brings you every week some of the best high school hockey in the state. Let's head to this week's Power Play with Lauren Plant.
We start the Power Play at the home of the Hockey State Finals, Compuware Arena in Plymouth. The #1 ranked team in Division III, Cranbrook, locking horns with the defending Division I state champs, Detroit Catholic Central. Ranked #1 in Division I, CC and White riding a 22-game winning streak. Pick things up in a scoreless second. Brendan Cleary shot from the point, deflected into the net. One of our Warrior Sports Player of the Year candidates, Ryan Burnett with the redirect. Shamrocks led 1-0. Cranbrook coming in at 10-1 would answer with just 4 minutes left in the game. The senior Jack Blumberg picks up the puck. He's all alone. Spencer Wright left out to dry. We were tied at 1 apiece. A minute to go in regulation now. Cranes with momentum. Blake Rogow will throw up a backhand far side. It rings off the post. 8 minutes of overtime couldn't settle it either. The CC winning streak might be over, but they didn't lose. This hard-fought battle ends in a 1-1 tie. Now to a KLAA-OAA crossover clash between Walled Lake Western and the Berkeley Unified Bears. Western in blue, a 6-3 hockey team coming in, trailing in the first period, but not for long. The junior Mitchell Katkin lights the lamp to tie the game at 1. The Warriors would strike again just 3 minutes later. The senior Chris Donaldson carrying the pill finds a little freedom and then the back of the net. Donaldson recorded a hat trick in this one. But Berkeley Unified just seems to get better and better year after year. Leading the way is their returning All-Stater Ian Melrose, team leader in goals and points. The junior makes it a 2-2 ball game into the third. The Bears would explode for 5 more goals on the 2-on-1. Melrose over to Riley Lenhart for the pretty backhander. He also recorded his 3rd hat trick of the year. Berkeley goes on to win their 7th in a row, beating Walled Lake Western 7-4. Our last game features 2 West Side schools off to strong starts. Tier 3 OK Conference matchup between the combined squad of Lowell Caledonia South Christian facing Holland West Ottawa. First period, West Ottawa wins the faceoff. Zebedee Miller with the shot. Rebound, no. Second rebound, yes. Ali Hako Salo finds the back of the net. 1-0 lead. To the second period now. West Ottawa keeping the pressure on. Brant Van Heest with the puck in the corner, centers to a wide open Ben Burns. He fires and fills it. West Ottawa off to an 11-0 start, best start in years. They beat the Lowell Caledonia South Christian squad by a 2-0 final. Power play over. Lauren Plant with you now, joined by the incomparable Tom Markowski. This is going to be our first buzz of the new year. How you doing, Tom?
Very well, thanks.
Happy New Year. All right, this is something that always gets conversations going. Mick McCabe wrote recently of the Detroit Free Press that despite the fact that 7 of the 8 football state championships this past fall were won by private schools, Catholic schools really, if you want to be specific, not one of the coaches were honored with the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association Coaches of the Year for those divisions. Now, this of course brings back the debate of private versus public. Will we ever see, Tom, a future that has 2 separate football state tournaments?
Not in the state of Michigan, not that I've seen. Talking with Jack Roberts and Tom Rashid and other people with the Michigan High School Athletic Association, they're not in favor of it. Of course, if their member schools showed a mandate that they wanted 2 separate tournaments, they would perhaps look into that. But that's not going to happen in any near time future at all.
All right, so the debate will continue. We're going to get more of this online, so you go to our website, statechampsnetwork.com, and click on the buzz. We'll also put it up on YouTube. We're going to talk more about this topic. We're also going to get into the fact that transfers are now able to play for the basketball teams. We'll talk about which transfers may make some impact. Now, we have a contest right now. If you want to join Tom and I on our radio show, we want you to post a video no longer than 2 minutes. Tell us why you should join us. We'll have you on for a whole hour. This is an example of a video you should not send.
And welcome back to State Champs TV. I'm your man, Lauren Plant. I'm coming to you live to announce the recipient of this year's Mr. Football Award. And this year it's going to Alex Malzone from Birmingham Brother Rice. As you know, Birmingham Brother Rice is a football and lacrosse juggernaut.
I don't think that was a very good imitation of myself, to be honest, but we want you to tell us why you should be with us. Annie Sabo has more details.
Are you an aspiring broadcaster? Do you want to be a co-host for a whole hour on the State Champs Saturday morning radio show with Tom and Lauren? Go to our Facebook page and post a 2-minute video on what you bring to the table. 7 winners will be chosen, and the first one will be selected for the January 31st show. One of the things we are most proud of here on State Champs is that we cover all sports. Competitive cheerleading, skiing, even girls hockey highlights are up next in our Ultimate Sports Blitz. Don't touch that dial.
Be a part of history. The 2015 State Champs Signing Day Special, airing Super Bowl weekend, Saturday, January 31st at 11 a.m. on Fox Sports Detroit. 3.3 million homes, scheduled to re-air 9 times. Going to be a jam-packed hour of recruiting talk featuring Spartan Mag's Rico Beard, Go Blue Wolverine Sam Webb, Scout.com's Alan True, as well as the State Champs team. Recruits will reveal their commitments on this show. Contact sales manager Mark Rottenberg, Mark R at statechampsnetwork.com. Space is limited.
We want you.
We are Lawrence Technological University, and we don't want just anyone.
We want the brainiacs, visionaries, geniuses, and game changers. We want the students who will change the world through technology, science, business, and design.
So if you're ready to explore your possibilities,
We want you at LTU.
Lawrence Tech. Possible is everything.
Welcome to Pirani's Hockey World, the toy store for hockey players. They have been outfitting beginners, professionals, and teams since 1976. Pirani's has an experienced, knowledgeable staff, the largest selection, and simply the best prices. In fact, Pirani's has the best price guarantee. Now, if you can find a better price, they will beat it by 5%. Come to one of their 22 locations or log on to hockeyworld.com for amazing savings and to join the Pirani's E-Club for special offers all year long. It's always hockey season at Pirani's.
We're Grand Rapids Catholic Central. Welcome back to State Champs.
It's time for the Ultimate Sports Blitz.
Let's go! Let's go, Blue!
Thank you, ladies. We will start with your cheer meet, a cross-conference one between the OK Green and the OK Gold. The best for the Green was Holland Christian. Not a ton of girls on the team, but they still grabbed a third-place finish. Grand Rapids Catholic Central was an early leader. Their squad looked strong and finished runner-up to Middleville Thornapple Kellogg. The girls made a big charge in the third round, and they take home the meet. Let's hit the slopes. The first OK Conference meet of the year took place at Cannonsburg. We'll start with the girls on the slalom course. This is Katie Nister finding her way through the sticks as Forest Hills Central wins the event. Things were tight on the boys' side in the giant slalom. East Grand Rapids' Johnny Southwell helped his team to a second-place finish. The winner, Forest Hills Eastern/Northern, Nick Faraday cruising on in as they are your overall team winners for both the boys and the girls. Let's finish the Ultimate Sports Blitz with some girls hockey. Grosse Pointe South was at home to take on Livonia Ladywood. Pick things up in the second period. Lauren Kramer gets it to the sophomore Carson Dennis. She goes top shelf for the goal. Lady Blue Devils up 3-0 after the second. But back comes Ladywood Katie Hayward with the wrister. That's a hat trick for the sophomore, and this game is tied at 3. Grosse Pointe South would respond just a few minutes later. It's the freshman, Erin Brannigan, on the breakaway. She finishes with a backhanded goal, and that would be your game winner. Grosse Pointe South beats Ladywood 4-3 to remain undefeated, and that's it for the Ultimate Sports Blitz.
As a top private university in the Keene Network, Lawrence Tech has an endless amount of resources to help their students be innovative in their future careers. Let's learn more about all of the opportunities LTU has to help their students grow beyond the classroom.
I'm Don Carpenter, a professor of civil engineering at Lawrence Technological University and a faculty leader in the Keene Network. The Keene Network is a dynamic and diverse group of 20 private institutions from across the United States, ranging from San Francisco to Boston. These schools represent 15,000 engineering undergraduates. As an integral part of the Keene Network, Lawrence Tech was named Best in Class in 2010 amongst this prestigious group of institutions. So what does this mean for you? It means that majoring in engineering at Lawrence Technological University is an excellent career choice with a bright future. As a Lawrence Tech student, you'll have opportunities such as entrepreneurial internships, summer innovation camps, innovation and design competitions, funding for student projects, networking opportunities, and access to projects and programs beyond Lawrence Tech. For example, this past summer, a group of Lawrence Tech students traveled to Boston University to participate in a mobile phone app development camp for at-risk communities. Lawrence Tech also hosts the Innovation Encounter every fall. The Innovation Encounter brings teams of students to our campus to compete in a design challenge. This year's sponsors said that the student teams did more in 2 days than their company could have accomplished in months. For more information about Keene Network opportunities at Lawrence Tech, visit our website. And we look forward to having you begin your entrepreneurial journey with us.
Stay connected with us all week long by following us on social media. Our Twitter handle is @StateChampsNet. Find State Champs High School Sports Show on Facebook and like our page. We're on LinkedIn too. Search State Champs Network. For all the latest basketball and hockey scores, plus rankings and all the winter sports, go to StateChampsNetwork.com. 2 of the top wrestling teams in the state renew their rivalry in our main event. It's Detroit Catholic Central and Davison next on State Champs.
Fundraising should be fresh, flavorful, and simple. We have the perfect solution at Hungry Howie's, Dough Raiser. Your nonprofit organization can sell paper pizza certificates that your customers can redeem for 1 medium pizza at participating Hungry Howie's locations. Go to doughraiser.com to learn about, sign up for, and order everything Dough Raiser. Request a Dough Raiser kit for your group today. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Welcome to Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser.
I got popcorn.
I love Move-It trailers.
Me too.
This winter, if you're going to die, die nasty. Fear the power of the Warrior Dynasty.
Holy
All right, guys, it is time for the reason that we are here today. It is our main event, sponsored by the Detroit Sports Commission. It is Davison hosting Detroit Catholic Central.
Yes, Ryan, these two teams faced off in the team wrestling final for the past 2 years, so let's get to the highlights.
We begin with a 189-pound weight class. Tyler Moreland of CC in blue taking on Nate Nutter. Tyler was in control as he only needed 1 minute and 10 seconds to get the pin. And Detroit Catholic Central took the first 4 matches in the meet. But back comes third-ranked Davison in the 112, Max Johnson. He's ranked third individually in this class, taking on Josh Philiban. And Johnson dominates as the ref pounds the mat for the pin. Cardinals back in it. Now to 130, Michigan commitment Trevor Zidbeski, ranked second in the weight class for Catholic Central. He needs just under 90 seconds to take care of Ryan Shellac. But here comes Davison with a comeback. The top grappler in 130, Lincoln Olson, is bumped up to 135. He takes on Aiden Waugh and needs just 34 seconds to get the pin. And the Cardinals took the next 3 matches to go up 30-27. Catholic Central would pull through in the end. In the final match of the night, they're up by 1, and the junior Connor Cox just needs a win against Mike Kennedy. He's able to get the 2 points to seal it as Detroit Catholic Central goes on to beat Davison. Now, let's go to Annie.
I am here with Connor Cox. Connor, you guys have beaten Davison the past 2 years in the state finals. Comes down to the final match tonight. You end up getting the victory for your team. How does it feel?
It feels pretty great. You know, like I wasn't on the A squad last year, the year before. It's my first time like starting in the lineup, and you know, to come down to the final match, it meant a lot to get that win.
The main event is presented by the Detroit Sports Commission, dedicated to enhancing the local economy and the image of Metro Detroit, hosting amateur sporting events. Go to DetroitSports.org for details.
We want to thank you for watching the show this week, and also thanks to Davison High School for being such great hosts to state champs.
Be sure to go to statechampsnetwork.com for everything State Champs and continue to follow us on social media. We are always breaking news on Twitter and Facebook.
We will see you next week.
State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Hungry Howie's. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Go to doughraiser.com for details. The Detroit Sports Commission, where champions are made and championships are played. Log on to DetroitSports.org. Our friends with the UAW and Chrysler, Warrior Sports, Cross the Line, and Pirani's Hockey World. 14 Michigan locations. Go to hockeyworld.com for info.